HCTV Sports is supported by Merchants Bank. Merchants Bank is committed to supporting the families and businesses at the heart of their communities. Merchants Bank, let's dream together.
Making the play.
He gets the pin. Raiders are colliding
off in this Section 3 5A football quarterfinal on a beautiful Tuesday night here at the home of the Raiders, Todd Field and McNamara Stadium. Dana Strain, that's the head coach of the Raiders, walking the sidelines. Trey Lauer, Jerry Rupp with you here as the Raiders and the Jaguars set for kickoff. And once more, we'll take a look at the bracket. Two Rivers is the one. They are off tonight. Apple Valley is beating Bloomington Kennedy right now. They are playing in the 4 versus 5 matchup. The winner of this game gets St. Thomas Academy on Saturday. Now, those times are listed as noon. We've heard that there might be a chance that there might be a 7 o'clock game in there. We'll get those verified for you and determine the exact times of those games. But big thing that's important for tonight, these two teams faced each other on September 20th. Hastings won 30-15, but it wasn't as close as the score indicated.
No, that's right. Yeah, Raiders just took control of the whole game just from the get-go, and it was not close. They came out there on homecoming and just had a fantastic evening.
Raiders are being introduced tonight, and the starting lineup for the Raiders includes a lot of familiar names. It'll be Lucas Foss at the quarterback position, Grant Birkin at tight end. Zach Shattuck will get the start at running back tonight. Jack Cloutier, Marlo Strain, and Matt Foss will be the receivers. Majetic, Shadeko, Molitor, Burke, and Nasson are the offensive linemen. Pellinger and Hoff will be the outside linebackers. Boardman and Peterson the inside linebackers. The defensive line will be Jack Mosman, Gabriel Dorman, and Braden Thompson. The DBs, Ashton Arnis, who had a huge game against Robbinsdale Cooper last week. Kyan Esterby, Landon Johnson, Luke Kendall. Kyan Esterby is going to punt for the Raiders tonight, and Johan Rova-Hegner will be the kicker. Raiders come in 3-5 on the year. Bloomington Jefferson 2-6. And the 6th seed, this is a Jefferson team 1 year removed from a trip to Section Final Friday, where they lost to St. Thomas Academy. So looking to make that run again are the Jaguars. But this is a very opportunistic Raider football team who's playing some real good ball right now as we go into the postseason.
Yes, they are. They're playing very well, and I like the fact that we are kicking off right now, so we'll get the ball in the second half. So now is an opportunity for the Raiders to come out here and establish themselves on the defensive side. Get a 3-and-out stop would be huge. Jefferson has an interesting alignment back there for receiving. They've got your 5-man up front. You got 2, and then another 2 5 yards back, another 2 15 yards back. So they're ready for all distance kicks from Rova-Hegner.
Woody Bachman, the head coach of the Jefferson Jaguars, roaming the sidelines. And Rova-Hegner's got it teed up on the 40-yard line. Raiders in their all blue tonight. Jefferson in all white from head to toe, although they do have gray helmets. Here's the run-up and the boot for Rova-Hegner, and section football is underway. And this is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So Bloomington Jefferson, who's attacking from left to right, will take the ball on the 20-yard line. And again, a month ago, these two teams met for homecoming. The Raiders came out on the receiving end. But this is a Jefferson team we know can sling it. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen some teams try to throw the ball on the Raiders a little bit.
Exactly. They think that that's where they can exploit the Raiders' defense. And I don't know that they can, but to be honest with you, well, I guess we'll have to see here, especially this first series. We'll see what they try to do.
Maxwell Erb, number 4, is the quarterback for Jefferson. He lines up with 2 with him in the backfield. 2 wides to the near side. They hand the football off right away on the first play. He'll cross the 20 between the hashes to about the 24-yard line. And trying to catch the number for Bloomington Jefferson that looks like 35, Evan Feller, who carries for the Jags.
Yeah, he almost was tackled for no gain, but he just had managed to get a little bit of footing underneath him, and he got over to the left side a little bit there and broke it for about 3 yards.
2nd down and 7, 2 wides to the near side, 1 to the left for Jefferson, 2 in the backfield behind the quarterback Erb. Erb rolls off to the near side, fakes an option toss, and is met at the 25 and dropped right there for minimal yardage. It's 3rd and long for Bloomington Jefferson.
I tell you what I liked right there on that play for the Raiders is that we talked about that on the option with the quarterback. You got to be sure on your man, and there was a man outside with the trail. There was also a man inside of the quarterback. So the quarterback didn't know what to do. He had no option, so he just hung on to it. Got a couple-yard gain, but the Raiders did their job, assignment sure.
3rd and 4, ball on the 26. 2 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Erb's going to take it. The option tosses it. It's a fumble on the play, and the Raiders are on top of it right away. A fumble on the option toss, and Pellinger, number 48, comes up on the receiving end of the fumble, and the Raiders are in business deep in Jaguar territory.
I tell you, Pellinger's been a menace all season on that defensive side there. He's really made some difference in the plays he's made. Great job right there. The toss never really got to the running back, and Pellinger was just Mr. Opportunity and jump running that ball. Look at the Raiders' field position right now. They're on the 22-yard line of Jefferson. We are in striking position. This is the way we need to get the game going fast, downhill, and take it to them.
I'm telling you what, Jerry, I almost want us to just take a deep shot on this first play and just say, we're on your 22. We're going to hit you right where it hurts, and that's the end zone. But they're going to line up with Foss under center here. Shattuck the setback. They do a little oopsie-doodle with all the motion men all around. And now Foss will hand the football off to Shattuck, who had a huge game on September 20th between these two, going over 200 yards. He gets inside the 20 to the 19, and Shady Shattuck is back. He had a pretty dynamic touchdown against Robbinsdale Cooper last week. A sideline run toward the end zone, kind of punched it in. That was a big touchdown in that game.
That was fun to watch that run. That's what he can bring to this game. He has a deceptive speed, and if you give him just a couple yards, man, he's gone. So that's what you really want to do is just give him a yard or two and let him go.
That was 3 yards on that carry by Shattuck. He's in the backfield. Everybody else is up on the line. Cloutier is out wide to the right with 2 on the near side. That's Birkin in motion. They'll toss it to Birkin. Birkin's got a block. He's inside the 15. Fights for the 10. Pushed all the way down near the 5 between the hashes. We'll see if they give him the 8 or the 7. I think it's the 7 for Grant Birkin, but that's a Raider first down.
Heck of a play there. Toss to Birkin. He came around the right side of the line. He was initially wanting to go outside, but that was sealed off, so he went inside, found a seam, and then cut back against the grain, and a lot of the Jaguars weren't ready for that. He totally cut back against the seam and gained another 10 yards there. That was a fantastic run by Birkin.
1st and goal, ball on the 8 for the Raiders here. 9:42 to go, first quarter. Everybody's up on the line of scrimmage except for Shattuck, who's like, hey, am I getting the ball? Am I getting the ball? Foss in the backfield, and yes, Shattuck does get the ball. Follows his block, cuts back toward the near side, fights down inside the 5 to the 3, maybe the 4-yard line. His awareness to follow blocks is what really astounds me about this young kid.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing. What was nice to watch about that run was the fact that, number one, he ran with his head up, his eyes up. He was looking around. He saw his blocks, and we talked about that last week by getting on the hip of your blockers. Stay on the hip and then make a decision at the last second to find that open space. And it's exactly what he did.
2nd and goal from the 4. That was a 4-yard gain for Shattuck on that play. Matt Foss on the near side, Cloutier on the far side. Birkin is the tight end. Shattuck the setback for the Raiders. Foss hands it off to Shattuck. Shattuck pivots back out to the far side. He's headed to the end zone. Walks in from 4 yards out. Kind of the same kind of touchdown he had against Cooper last week. Just took off toward the far sideline and then turned back upfield and is into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Raiders on the board.
That is the speed that I've been talking about, that he can demonstrate, at just the blink of an eye. He basically had 2 men out there who were lined up with him across from the defenders, but he just turned on the jets and went for the corner. He outran them. That's the speed that he can bring to this game.
A 4-yard score for Shattuck. And now Johan Rova-Hegener on for the point after touchdown. Snap is down. Kick is on the way. It is good. And the Hastings Raiders have a 7-0 lead over Bloomington Jefferson.
Come on.
4 plays, 22 yards, the touchdown drive for the Raiders. And
hit him early, hit him fast.
Absolutely. So Rovehegner has it teed up. And the Raiders are set to kick the ball off here. Johan Rovehegner from right to left. Ball on the X at the 40-yard line. 2 Jaguars standing on the 10 to retrieve the kickoff. Run up in the boot from Johan Rovehegner, and it's back deep towards the 3. That's where it's taken by the Jaguars. Middle of the field now, far sideline 15. Has a block at the 20, 25, out near the 30, still up at the 35. Fights for the 40. He's right there at about the 40-yard line. And a very, very solid return for Jefferson. They'll mark it at the 39, and that was Feller, number 35, on the return for the Jaguars.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the Jaguars there on that return. Last week we were talking about how you need to stay in your lanes and make sure that you've got your 5 to 7 yards on either side blocked off. It's kind of like road construction. When you close left lane close, you just need to close down those lanes and pinch them. And he got a little bit too much extra room there, but great return for them. Good field position starting out for them.
Well, that's a little disconcerting for the Raiders special teams unit because they gave up several big returns against Cooper last week, including a touchdown return on a kickoff. Here's a toss out of the backfield, and that's going backward as Erb tossed it to Feller, and he loses a couple yards on the play.
And who was it? Pellinger on the play. He is so far really establishing himself as just a monster out there on the defensive side of the ball. And again, he had assignment for the trailing back. That was his job, was to watch trailing back. He watched the pitch go out there and made a nice open field tackle for a 3-yard loss.
2nd and 13, ball on the 37 for the Jaguars. They'll line up in a triple look in the backfield with a running back to either side of the formation. Erb takes the snap, looks to throw, fires. He's got a man on the far side, 45, and out near the 47. That's number 2, Martina Lois Shalibwa on the reception for Bloomington Jefferson. We were told that their star receiver, Braylon Kelly-Taylor, wasn't dressed tonight. Whether that's a number change or he is not going, there is no number 3 out there for Bloomington Jefferson.
That play was a little disconcerting there for the Raiders because he was wide open. No one picked him up coming across the side of the field there, and the Raiders got to identify where he is and pick him up.
Erb in the shotgun, single back set to his right. Looks to throw for Shalibwa on the near side. Shalibwa's got it at the 50, fights and reaches out toward the marker, and he's got it for a Jaguar first down. So you saw Jefferson try to go a little option heavy early in the game without Kelly-Taylor in the contest, but now they're kind of getting back to their bread and butter.
Yeah, heads-up play there by getting that ball out in front of them and get the first down. Again, the Raiders did not have a man out there on the slot back. So you have the outside receiver up on the line of scrimmage, and the inside of him is a slot man. There's no one out there, and that kind of makes me a little nervous that he's just so wide open.
1 wide near, 2 wides to the far side. Shalibwa in the slot. Erb goes his way. He's got it there. He's at the 45. They're going to say he was down. They're going to say his knee was down at about the 47-yard line, where he cut up field for what would have been a bigger gain than that, but a short gain on the play for Shalibwa.
Luckily for the Raiders, high school league football rules are when your knee is down, you are down, even if you're not touched. You don't have to be touched by contact. It's just down. Again, the Raiders got to figure out that slot back position because he's wide open. There's no one on him at all.
There's only a 1-yard gain on that catch. Two wides to both sides of the formation. Erb looking that way. He's got a man at the 45. And a beautiful open field tackle by the Raiders. Luke Kendall stops what was going to be a big gain for Bloomington Jefferson as Abraham Hughley took it upfield.
Yeah, if Kendall was not there, that definitely would have got another 10 yards for sure. So that's a nice job by Luke Kendall there, stopping him. Now you got a 3rd and 5. Raiders need a big stop here on this, most likely a passing down here.
2 wides to the near side, 1 to the left for Jefferson. Single back set. Also have a tight end in the formation. They hand it off to Feller. Feller will fight forward. He's a tough little feller. And a short little pickup there for Bloomington Jefferson.
Ba-dum.
Yes, exactly.
I'm here all week. Try the deal. All right. Yeah, so it's 4th down and 4 yards. They're going to go for it because they're feeling already the pressure that they need to answer to the Raiders' quick touchdown.
Shalibwa in the slot on the near side, and a 2 wide look there, 1 to the left, single back look. Erb going to go with the option out of the backfield to Feller, who fights for it, and I think he might have got it. Luke Kendall is signaling first down Hastings. Yeah. Jefferson is signaling first down Jefferson.
The far side judge is indicating first down, so yeah, they moved the sticks. It just, again, it depends on that spot. It's so close, but yeah, they felt that he just reached the line to gain.
Raider coaches don't believe it's a good spot. Headsets come off for Coach Strain as he roams the sideline. But ball is on the Raider 39 on the near hash with 2 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Single back shotgun again for Erb. Erb waits for the snap. He's got it. Quick step. Looks to throw for Shalibra. He's got it at the 30. Inside the 30 between the hashes to about the 27-yard line. Rumbles Martina Loy Shalibra.
Nice little slant pattern there. Again, he was a slot back, the inside back there, and a receiver, and just ran a nice little inside slant to the middle of the field. Caught that ball just enough for the first down. So, again, we need to make some adjustments there and pick that up, see how we can remedy that situation.
2 left, 1 right for Jefferson. 5:08 to go first quarter. Raiders in front 7-0. Here's the snap for Erb. Hit as he throws into coverage, and it's intercepted at the 6. He's thrown 6 interceptions coming into tonight. He's thrown a 7th as Kyan Esterby, ball hawk, takes that ball away inside the 10.
Nice job by Esterby. We were kind of getting picked on over there on that far side of the defensive secondary, and they just threw. So the difference there was that the slot back that time was picked up. They had a man on their Jaguar guy, so then he had to throw deep because that slot or the slant wasn't there anymore. He just chucked it up for grabs and into the wind. Raiders picked that up nicely.
Raiders will take over on the 7, 1st and 10. With 4:59 to go here in this opening quarter. Lucas Foss will line up under center for Hastings. Shattuck is the lone setback behind him in the backfield. They'll motion around. They'll fake the toss to Birkin, and Foss will keep it. Fight for about the 10-yard line in the middle of the field. A 3-yard gain on that play, and it will be 2nd and 7 from the 10.
Interesting little wrinkle there. Tried to fake that pitch there and just take it right up the middle. Jaguars sniffed that out pretty quickly, so it didn't not much of a gain on that one.
2nd down and 7. Ball on the 10. 4:30 to go. First quarter. 7-0. Hastings in front in this Section 3 Class 5A section quarterfinal football game. Winner is right back at it on Saturday against St. Thomas Academy. Loser's season is over. Foss under center, motions Birkin. They'll toss it to Birkin. Birkin will follow the block. He's got the 10. Fights towards the 14. We'll see where they give him forward progress, but thrown way back and then thrown down well after the whistle as well. And the refs are going to let it slide.
Yep, that's right. They're just playing football out there. Yeah, a little aggressive by the Jaguar defender there, but we got forward progress, so we get a couple more yards. It's 3rd and 4, so we need to dial up something here. We got to get out of our shadow of our own goalposts.
3rd and 4, ball on the 13 for the Raiders here as we've crossed to 3 3/4 minutes left in the first quarter of action. Foss under center. All 4 receivers move in motion to the right. And Foss will toss it to Shattuck. Shattuck's got a lane. He's got the 20 to the far side. He's got the 25. He's got the 30. Shattuck down the sideline. Goodbye. And if I don't see you, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Shady Shattuck into the end zone for the touchdown. 87 yards.
Wow, what a run that was. We had the trips over there on the right-hand side. Lots of blocking. Once again, Shattuck shows that speed. If he can get just a little bit of that edge there, he's gone. Exactly the same thing happened there. He got that edge there. There was a guy within like 5 yards of him, but he just flat out ran away from him. He has got jets, man.
A 93-yard scoring drive, 87 of it in one play, and embrace the Shady. Shady Shattuck has made this a 13-0 game. Urova Hegner has made it a 14-0 game. 3:16 to go. You're laughing about what, Jerry?
Shady almost took himself out. He was running down the sideline. He dang near tripped over his own feet, but he balanced himself out and finished out the remainder of the run.
It ain't easy being Shady.
No, that's right.
Shady Shattuck into the end zone for an 87-yard strike, and the Raiders are quite literally off and running here in this first quarter.
This has been a nice quarter for the Raiders. That's exactly what we needed, a fast start, which is similar to what happened at homecoming. They came out with a fast start, got this going, got Jefferson down. It takes them out of the run game completely, so they have to be very pass-heavy. So, the defensive linemen for the Raiders can definitely now pin their ears back and just go after their quarterback.
So 3:16 to go here in the first quarter. Raiders up 14, and now if you're Jefferson, you already have to play with an extreme sense of urgency.
Exactly. I mean, you saw when they went for fourth down on 4th and 4 from the 44-yard line. They know they're in every time they're in 4-down territory at this point. They have to, because they just cannot play catch up with this Raiders team.
Johan Rovehegner with the ball up on the tee. Everybody's got their hands up in the air like they just don't care, and he sends it deep and into the end zone for a touchback right on the edge of the tee in Hastings. So from tee to tee, Rovehegner puts that one, and Jefferson will take over on the 20. I think I'm becoming a wordsmith over here.
Man, you're on a roll tonight. Yeah, I tell you what, seriously, you should go on the comedy tour.
No, I should not. No,
okay.
Absolutely not.
No, you're right. You're right. Never mind. Yeah, Dick's going, I don't think so. Yeah. Okay, so on that play right there, I like the fact that Rovehegner put it in the end zone. Because, our special teams have been a little bit suspect. We've been giving up way too many yards on that kick return. So if he can put it out there, it's a dead ball. Stop him at the 20-yard line. This is a great position for the Raiders to start their defense.
Yeah, and a chance for the defense to get a back-breaking stop here of Jefferson as the Jaguars playing from behind. Herb's going to option to the near side. He's got a lane. He's got the 30 and gets a good chunk of it.
Yeah, that was a nice play by him on that first down. Again, he on the quarterback option, he just kept the ball to himself, and he turned up inside. So somebody missed an assignment over on that side of the line, but, those things happen. Well, okay, so he got 9 yards. He was a little bit short of the first down, but, all in all, the Raiders have been doing a great job in that defensive line.
2nd and 1 from the 29. Jefferson has 2 wide to the near side, 2 to the left. Herb hands it off to Feller. Feller turns upfield 30, fights toward the 35, is not quite going to get there. Run out of bounds about the 34.
Got to give Jefferson credit. They're not abandoning their run game just yet. They're trying to, establish some runs. So I guess they're not feeling quite the urgency that we thought they might be. And getting that run game established for them allows them to open up some passing too. But if we can just kind of bend a little bit here, a little bit there, and get a good break, we'll get that ball back.
1st and 10, ball on the 33, under 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. 2 to the left, 2 to the right for Jefferson. Single back look. Herb under pressure, gets it off. He's got the receiver on the far side, crosses the 40, fights for the 45. That's Jaden Schold, number 7 on the catch for the Jaguars.
Luke Kendall on a play over there to bring him down out of bounds, and so that was a nice 9-yard play for Jefferson. They're moving the ball kind of efficiently now. They're getting some yardage here, some big chunks at a time. So the Raiders, let's see if we can dial something up here to make a big stop, a big play, a fumble, interception, something.
2nd and 1 for the Jaguars now. Herb in the shotgun will take the snap. He fakes the toss, now does throw it, and it's incomplete.
Ooh.
Had a receiver there and just underthrew number 5, Abraham Hughley.
That was dangerous. He kind of did a hop, skip, and a jump, and he threw it kind of away from his body, which was 0 zip on the ball. 2 Raiders were right in the area, and it almost was picked off. So he got lucky that it was that much errant throw that no one could get to it.
So 3rd and 1, ball on the 42. Raiders ahead already 14-0 thanks to 2 Zach Shattuck touchdown runs. They hand it off to Feller. He's got the first down and then some. To midfield into Hastings territory, left hash at the 49 as he powers up the middle.
Yeah, that was a nice run again. Credit the Jefferson line. They definitely made some holes there, and our Raiders defensive line, the inside linebackers just got carried away too, and that was a nice big blast up the middle for a first down run.
1st and 10 now for Jefferson in Raider territory at the 49. Herb with a single back and 2 wides to the near side and 1 off to the left. Gets into the stance, waits for the snap. He's got it. He gives it off to Feller. Actually keeps it himself. Herb back up the middle across the 45 to about the 44. So gain of about 5 on the play. Raiders
are getting beat at the line of scrimmage here on these few running plays. They're got to try to figure out how to tighten it up. We brought in some fresh guys on the defensive line. Hopefully that'll make a difference for the Raiders here.
Gain of 5 on that play. 2nd down and 5 for Jefferson. Shalibwa in the slot on the near side. He's been their dynamic receiver so far tonight. They'll give it off to Feller. Feller toward the outside, crosses the 45 to about the 43 on the far sideline. It'll be 3rd and short.
much better defense for the Raiders at the time. They strung that play out. They were trying to go out towards the left side of the line. The Raiders just kind of ran it down the line, strung it out. He got a little bit of a gain, but not much. So that's a good position for the Raiders now with Jefferson sitting third and 4 yards to go. Third down and 4 yards to go.
Yeah, it was only about a yard gain on that play. That was a hard-earned yard for Jefferson on that one. 3rd and 4. They need the 39 of Hastings for a first down. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side of the formation, and Feller the set back to the right hip of Herb, who takes the snap, looks to throw, has time, now rolls off to the right, looking to find somebody open, pressure, and he just throws it into the ground, incomplete. Is that a live football?
Nope.
Hastings is saying it's a live football, but it's going to be incomplete.
No, he threw it. You could definitely tell his arm was moving forward. That was definitely an incomplete pass. He was trying to unload it. He did not. He felt he could hear the steps behind him. And he knew he was going to get just railed from behind, so he just chucked the ball on the ground. And he was outside the tackle box, so there's no intentional grounding. Yeah, he just threw that thing down. You can see it on the replay on the video there. Yeah, it was just an incomplete pass. So they're kicking the ball this time. They're not going to chance that 4th down and 4.
And you've got Jack Cloutier standing on about the 17-yard line to retrieve the punt on the right hash. Isaac Feller to punt the football for Bloomington Jefferson, as Cloutier will take it. He's going to try to return it. He's across the 20, makes one defender miss, crosses the 25 to about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will take over first down with 50 seconds to go here in this opening quarter.
Nice return there, and I tell you what, those return men, it's nerves of steel. I'm telling you, because you got a guy that's coming, 2 guys are coming at you full head of steam, and they're basically 2 yards away from you when you catch that ball. I mean, you got to be so sure of yourself. You're going to catch that ball, number 1. Number 2, not to get creamed, and he made a move to the outside, to the left, to his left, and got a couple extra yards for his efforts.
1st and 10, ball on the 27 for the Raiders. Foss under center, Shattuck in the backfield, and everybody else up on the line of scrimmage. Now they'll motion everybody around. Foss is going to hand it off to Shattuck, and Shattuck again fights forward. Remember, he had over 200 yards back on September 20th when these two teams met. And he is already approaching 100 yards, if not already there, in this first quarter.
Looks like number 55, Trent Nasson, has come up a little bit hobbly there on the offensive line. Let's see if they bring somebody in. No, he's going to stay in, but looked like he was kind of hobbling with that ankle. Hopefully he's okay.
2nd and 7, and what could be the final play of this first quarter. Lucas Foss under center, Shattuck in the backfield.
101 yards.
And that carry right there got Shattuck over 100 yards for the game. Foss looks to throw, firing deep down the field. It's going to be tipped and nearly intercepted. Threw it into traffic, was actually looking for Barrett Boardman, who I don't think has caught a pass this year.
He, not to my knowledge, that was kind of an unusual receiver there. I mean, something they wouldn't be looking for, and he just came across from, just kind of scooted out from the outside of the line there. Yep, tried to get the ball, and thankfully it fell harmlessly to the turf.
And number 41 for Jefferson, who's actually not on our roster.
Of course not.
almost making the interception. He's actually out there with a Guardian cap on tonight.
Yes, he is.
And you're seeing that more and more, the NFL allowing it, Park at Cottage Grove kind of revolutionizing that, and everybody wearing it on their team. As Lucas Foss under center. And Foss will take the snap. He looks to throw deep down the field. It's tipped again and incomplete. And there's still time for one more play. 0.9 on the clock here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 7.
Getting back to that Guardian cap, for any of those you don't know what it is, it came down from the NFL, and they're working down the lower levels, trying these concussion protocols and trying to make the game safer, because you see with the CTE that these professional players are showing later in life and the brain injuries they've had from multiple concussions. These Guardian caps basically gives an extra layer of cushion, essentially, so these kids aren't banging helmet to helmet, and again, it's all for the protection of their brains and to eliminate concussions.
Well, I know they asked Tua Tagovailoa today if he wanted to wear them in his return, and he said no. So that's interesting. But punting here for the Raiders is actually Schmaltz, and this is going to be caught on the run at about the 37, and that will be how the first quarter comes to its conclusion, as after 1 quarter of play, it's Hastings 14, Jefferson nothing.
He gets the pin. What a move, what a goal! Oh, what a shot, scores!
The Raiders, can they get the lift? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God! And reaching up and making the play. It's moving. It is over.
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
One touchdown Raiders.
On the TV side, we want to take a moment to thank Hastings Football Connections. Without their support, HCTV would not be live tonight. The mission of Hastings Football Connections is to promote football in the Hastings community and foster moral leadership in our athletes. More information about HFC can be found at hastingsfootball.com. Start of the second quarter, Herb looking to throw, rolls off toward the right, down the far sideline, has a man in traffic, incomplete. Boy, oh boy, a dangerous throw down the left sideline looking for Schuld, and Landon Johnson nearly came up with the pick.
Boy, he just chucked it up in the air. There was no touch to that at all. It was anybody's ball, and Landon Johnson almost came up with that. It was just a touch over everybody's head.
Second down and 10, ball on the 38-yard line, 11:53 remaining in the second quarter. That was obviously the first play. 2 wides to the near, 2 to the left for Jefferson. Herb will take the snap and no really anywhere to go with it, and thrown back for a loss. Hesitated a long time on that play, and Jack Mosman along with Pellinger in on the stop.
That felt like a busted play. I mean, he turned and tried to hand off to his running back who ran past him to the right, but he did not give the ball up, and he turned around and 3 Raiders were all over his back. That was just a mess there.
Loss of 4 on that play, so third down and 14 from the 34-yard line.
That's the way you want to start for the quarter here to get them in a long yard situation. They definitely have to pass. Now we just have to, be assignment sure here.
Jefferson has the ball on the 34. They need the 48 to keep the drive alive. Herb takes the snap, looks to throw. More pressure off the edge, takes off and runs with it. He's got the 40, he's got the 44, and he trips at the 44-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. And I would imagine they probably punt here, but you're down 14-0.
Well, you'd think they'd punt with the wind here. They can pin the Raiders deep, but it looks like they're not. They're going to stay in there. In a situation like that right there, when you're on artificial turf, sometimes, even though it's been so dry, sometimes as it gets to dusk time, it gets just a teeny bit slick, and it looked like he tried to make a cut and his feet went out from underneath him.
4th and 4, the Jaguars leaving the offense on the field. They've got 3 wides on the right side, 1 on the left of the formation. Herb takes the snap, looks to throw. Is hit as he throws. It's going to be tipped and intercepted at the 43-yard line. Who came up with that pick? Was that Johnson? It was Landon Johnson who comes up with the INT, and the Raiders have the ball on the 43.
He got his pick. The first series there of downs there, he almost got his pick. That time he was right in position, the center field there, and picked the ball off. Nice job. That's great field position starting for the Raiders. Taking one more look at that on the TV here. He just threw it up for grabs, and Johnson was right in the right.
Motion, Boardman, Strain, a whole bunch of people. Vickney as well to the near side. Foss is going to keep it. He's got a lane out near the 50, spins into Jefferson territory to the 48. So a nice gain for Lucas Foss on the designed QB run on first down.
I tell you what, I wonder if he recognized something, because he saw at the last second there that Jefferson loaded the line like they were going to blitz, and I think he thought, I'll just hang on to the ball, they'll run right past me and scooch through in the second level. That was a great decision by him.
Second down and 2, ball on the 48-yard line of Jefferson now. Raiders trying to do what they did in the first meeting between these two back on September 20th. Raiders led that game 21-0 at the half. A chance to make it 21-0 with a score here. And Foss under center. Bunches to the near side of the line. They hand it off this time. That's Shattuck. Fights for the first down to the 41-yard line. And that's where Shattuck will be dropped.
Another nice run. That's just keep pounding away on them. Now that you've got that 2-score lead, just keep pounding away and eat the clock up.
Puts the ball on the 41-yard line. And again, last score update we had from Apple Valley Bloomington Kennedy was 14-0. We'll get a check on that as well here. Apple Valley was in front at the last check there at Apple Valley High School. Not too far from here.
I like the fact that Raiders are definitely establishing that run game. They don't have to rely on a pass like we kind of got in that situation last week with Cooper.
Foss under center again. Toss out of the backfield to Shattuck. Has a lane. Shattuck fights across the 40 to about the 38 as a gust of wind blows some leaves on the field here at Todd Field.
Kind of deceiving. I saw a couple leaves go by. So, is there a flag? Oh, nope, just a leaf.
I thought it was confetti at first. I was like, why are we shooting off confetti? Second down and 7. It's 21-0 Apple Valley over Bloomington Kennedy right now.
Wow.
With 8:30 to go here in the second quarter, Hastings is up 14-0 on Bloomington Jefferson. Foss under center once again. Motions everybody around. Now 3 on the left side, 1 on the right. Foss, hand off to Shattuck. Shattuck at the 35, has the 30. Veers back toward the middle of the field to the 25 and fights inside the 25 as he pivots there and is dropped at about the 22-yard line. So another nice run for Zach Shattuck.
Once again, you watch him run. You can see his eyes are up. He's scanning the field. He's got his hand on the rear end of the blocker in front of him. He's just kind of riding him, seeing which way he needs to go. At the last second, then he'll make that cut. Beautiful running style tonight for him.
Tell you what, you mentioned it too, that there's a pretty heavy gust of wind that the Raiders are going into right now.
Right.
Which is why I think they're giving a heavy dose of Zach Shattuck here early in this game. We've got whistles. We've got a timeout. Bloomington Jefferson here with Hastings ahead 14-0. And let's try this again on the TV side. We want to take a moment to thank Hastings Football Connections. Without their support, we would not be live tonight. The mission of Hastings Football Connections is to promote football in the Hastings community and foster moral leadership in our athletes. Our focus is to support the Hastings High School football program, work with the Hastings youth football programs, and strengthen connections within the Hastings community. For more information about HFC, it can be found at hastingsfootball.com. And a huge thanks to Hastings Football Connections for everything that they do. First and 10 from the 24-yard line. They'll motion everybody around, put trips on the near side, and now Foss off on the left. Foss of the Lucas variety tosses it over to Shattuck, who's got the corner again. He's got the 20. He's got the 15 trying to stay in bounds, but steps out just inside the 15. A big applause from Coach Dana Strain on the near sideline after that run.
Same thing, more of the same. He gets out to the right side of the line and just turns on the jets, tries to beat that defensive back. He got enough. Before he stepped out of the bound, he got enough for another first down.
Yeah, I think it was about, a 12-yard gain out near the 12. Actually going to put it, about an 11-yard gain at the 14-yard line. First down and 10. Foss under center. And that's going to put all 4 wides to the left of the formation. Foss, hand off Shattuck up the middle. He's got the 10. Shattuck fights for the 5. They try to push the pile inside the 5. And a nice run for Shattuck, about 9 on that to make it another second and short.
Nice job by Shattuck. He was going to go towards the left side of the line and go to the outside. He saw that it was crowded. There was too many defenders over there for Jefferson. So wisely, he cut it back up inside. And when you do that, you're cutting it across the grain there, and a lot of people over-pursue. The Jefferson Jaguars over-pursued toward their right. Shattuck shifted it up there and went up the middle and got a great gain.
They gave him the 6, so second down and 2 for the Raiders here. Foss under center is going to toss it to Hoffman out of the backfield, and Lane Hoffman trying to turn the corner. He's looking for the pylon, and he's just a yard short on the left sideline for Lane Hoffman, the 5'10", 180-pound junior.
So close. He almost got that. But what's nice, though, he reset the sticks. Now it's first and goal from the 1-yard line. Raiders have 4 shots to punch it in.
Yeah, and this would be the moment where you just dial up QB sneak.
Oh, yeah.
Just dial it up, push the pile with Lucas Foss.
Let's see. So back in the Owatonna game, we were talking about a tap, snap, and go. Let's see if they want to do it this time. That's what they surely should do. Minimize your chances for error.
There's the motion first. There's the tap. There's the snap. There's the go. And there's the 6.
There it is.
Touchdown Raiders. Lucas Foss punches it in from a yard out, and it's all Hastings here right now.
I'll tell you what, it's even fun that we talk about how the players can learn, right? As a season goes on, the players can learn. Coaches can learn too. The last time we tried that, we tried a shotgun from 3 yards deep and got stuffed by Owatonna. This time we did a tap, snap, and go like it probably should be done. Look at that, touchdown.
Rova Hegner on for the point after touchdown to make it 21-0. This game's kind of becoming a carbon copy of the game a month ago.
Sure is.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good, and the Raiders have a 21-0 lead again over Bloomington Jefferson here in the second quarter with 6:10 to go. And now if you're Jefferson, knowing that this time your season's on the line, if you don't start picking it up here offensively, I imagine we'll see the Jaguars get super aggressive.
Well, and we talked about this last week with the Cooper game. You've got to use what's available to you as far as the environment, too. They have the wind at their back. This is when they should be trying to throw the ball to get back in this thing, get some good passes to try to get back in it. Because you're going to lose that wind advantage. You come back out, and you need it.
So 6:10 left in the second quarter, and the Raiders, with all the momentum, and yeah, that's important. They will be kicking into the wind here on this kickoff. They have not done that yet tonight. Rova Hegner with 2 of his 3 kickoffs tonight, having resulted in touchbacks. They've got the 40, back up middle of the field, cross the 40 to near the 45, rumbles number 19, Isaac Feller. We talked about that last week. Hastings had a hard time with kickoffs stopping big returns. Cooper had a big one that went to the end zone. They had a couple of ones that set them up in really good field position, and another one here for Jefferson tonight.
Yeah, that's the second one they've had. The first one actually, it's exact same yardage they had from the first big one back in I believe the first quarter, the 44-yard line, their own 44. So great field position for them starting. Again, wind at their backs. Let's see if they're going to do something right now and try to make a run to get back into this game.
6:01 to go in the second quarter. Hastings cruising right now, 21-0. Jefferson with 2 wides to either side of the formation. A split look. Herb will take the snap. Look to throw. Pressure!
Oh,
sacked
my.
right away. They brought the house, and number 62, Chuck Wagner, brings the house down with a sack of Herb.
Oh, welcome to Hastings, Mr. Herb. Chuck Wagner just destroyed him. It's like no one even blocked him. He came through so quickly. I mean, literally, the quarterback got the ball, and he turned, and he was just being plastered.
So Wagner sends him into the next week, and it'll be 2nd down and 16 for Jefferson.
Wow.
They need the backside of the Walgreens parking lot for a 1st down. Herb in the shotgun. Motions a receiver to the near side. They'll give it to him on a sweep. It's Jaden, and Jaden Schuld. And Schuld, did the ball come out at the end there? But Schuld spins across the 45, and then, oh boy, we have a late flag. We get an unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody.
I think it's on Schuld.
Both number 7s got into it at the end of the play. Hunter Hoff was pushed by Schuld, or one way or the other. One of them said something the other didn't like.
Yeah, Schuld didn't take kindly to the finish of that play, and I think he thought he was wronged. And so now Jefferson is trying to plead their case, but definitely there's a personal foul, and it's against Jefferson. 15 yards. That's going to hurt.
Oh, it's going to be offsetting.
Oh, offsetting. Okay.
It's offsetting. It's on both teams.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Like, come on, kids. It's enough with the just stay calm here.
And it's playoff football, so emotions are going to be running high anyway.
That is true.
Jefferson, you're down 21 in the second quarter in a
Yep.
winner-take-all football game, basically.
High school kids will get a little hot.
Yeah. But, those are the emotions of playoff football.
Yeah, right.
So 3rd and 16. 2 wides to both sides of the formation. A single-back shotgun look again for Herb. 4:55 to go here in the second quarter, and now we've got an illegal formation.
False start. Yeah, their far receiver on the far end of the field there, he moved a little too early, so false start. So that backed him up 5 yards. Great for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Now it's a challenge for the Jaguars. It's now 3rd and 13.
Well, I tell you what, Jerry, we got a chance to look at a replay of that last unsportsmanlike, and there might have been a missed face mask in there as well.
Okay. Well, that would make sense on why he was so hot, that the Jefferson player.
Yeah. So 3rd and 13 for Herb here in the shotgun, with trips to the right, one to the left. Erb will take the snap. He's got all day to throw this time. Down the field, it's going to be knocked away. Volleyballed by his own receiver back to the turf. Incomplete, looking for Isaac Feller, number 19. And it's 4th down for the Jaguars.
Nice job there by Ashton Arness. Got made the play and basically shoved the receiver at the split second, the exact time that the ball received or the ball got to the receiver. I'm surprised he didn't try to catch it. It looked like he tried to bat it away, and he was like, man, was trying to receive the ball.
He played defensive back on his own catch.
It did. That was really strange.
So 4th and 13, and now Feller's got to go punt. And Cloutier is standing on the 29-yard line on the near hash to try to retrieve it.
Well, if Feller gets it up in the air, it's going to go a ways because it's got some wind out there.
And Feller takes a long time to punt. Almost looked like he wanted to fake it. This is going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. And the Raiders will take the ball on the 20, and now we've got more extracurriculars at the end of the play. But everybody goes back to their respective sidelines. And the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 on the 20 with 4:17 to go.
Heck of a punt by Feller there. It's kind of a rugby style where he was running off to his right. It almost looked like maybe he was thinking about a 4th down fake punt, but no, it's just his style of rugby kick. And good, bad, or otherwise, he hit a spiral which just rocketed way down the field and bounced harmlessly into the Raiders' end zone.
And he had the wind at his back on that punt too, so that was helpful for him. Raiders going into the wind now will take over 1st and 10 from left to right on the 20-yard line, attacking towards the pickleball courts. Foss, hand off to Shattuck, and it's 15 Love.
That was sniffed out pretty quickly there by the Jaguars' defensive line. They held sure and definitely made sure that nothing went through there. So, 2nd and 11, loss of a yard there. That's going to hurt Shady's totals. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. Is it 15 Love in pickleball? I don't know how that works.
No.
Okay.
No, that's tennis. But it's okay, though.
No, I knew that was tennis. I was referring whether or not that was 2nd and 9 here for the Raiders.
I think they play to 11, so it's got to be one point by point.
Sorry, 2nd and 11 here. Raiders need to play to 11 to get this first down. Here's Foss under pressure. Escapes the sack and then is not able to escape the second time. He broke away from the sack the first time, but then number 65, Paolo Espinosa, got him the second time to bring him down.
A couple of great stops there right in a row by Jefferson. They're still playing ball. They don't want to give up just yet, even though they're down by 3 scores. Raiders have a big situation here now, 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 14. They got to get some yardage back because if we have to punt, we are punting into the wind, which will give Jefferson great field position.
Especially because Hastings gets the ball to start the second half. You don't want to let Jefferson score going into the half and get some momentum.
Right, you want to keep momentum on the Raiders' side.
3rd and 14, ball on the 16. Foss under center. Everybody motions around once again. And Foss is going to take the snap. It's a 4-step drop. He'll throw. It's going to be over the head of his receiver, incomplete. Raiders haven't thrown a ton tonight.
Nope, had the right idea there. I mean, they had a man open there in Jack Cloutier, but he just kind of threw it a little bit more to the inside than what he needed to. That would have been a first down. So Raiders have to punt the ball and just try to hold on here for the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, 4th and 14, and Jaden Schold, who's still talking to the official about that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, standing on the bandana of the Raider logo at midfield.
Little confusion there on the Raiders, what they're doing here.
Schmaltz has it back on the 2-yard line to punt this one away. They come after it. And Schold's going to fair catch it as it rolls inside the 50 to about the Jefferson 47. So a pretty good punt for Schmaltz there.
You could not have asked for a better outcome with that punt. It was low enough where it didn't get caught up in the wind, and it took a Raiders bounce and gained an extra 10 yards. We saw a couple punts last week against Cooper that literally Cooper got 5 yards on a punt. It was that bad. It went straight up in the air. So, good job by the Raiders of getting a lucky bounce and being all over it. And, same basically starting field position that Jefferson had in that last series.
Well, Jefferson will basically have an arena football length field to the end zone here, 53 yards. Those fields are 50-yard regulation. So 2 to the right, 1 to the left for Jefferson. 2 back split of Erb in the backfield who takes the snap, hands it off to Schold. Schuld turns upfield. He's at the 50. He lowers the shoulder at the 45, fights past the marker for the first down, and now a rugby scrum breaks out at the end, and they finally blow the play dead, but not before Schuld gets inside the Hastings 45.
Yeah, he definitely, like you said, lowered the shoulder and delivered the hit, and that's what you want to teach in football. If you're going to take a hit, you might as well deliver it instead of take it. And we were watching on the TV side here. He just, boom, lowered his shoulder and just really laid one on Luke Kendall.
So 1st and 10 from the 42. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Split backs. Erb is going to hand it off to Feller. Feller turns upfield across the 40, has the 35. And near the marker to about the 34, maybe the 33. Another solid run for Jefferson.
Jefferson may have found a little bit of a chink in Hastings' armor. They've been running to that their right side, and they've gotten some good extra yards there. I'm thinking they might think, well, this is the way we should go over here. Maybe we'll get some more yardage. They got a couple big boys on that side of the line over there.
2nd and 3. 2 wides to the near side, 1 to the right for Jefferson with a split back look in the backfield again. Now Erb going to option toss to Feller, who takes on Pellinger, and Pellinger might have won that battle.
Yeah, Pellinger got the most of that one. Mistake by the Jefferson runner. He should have tried to juke to the outside. Instead, he tried to turn up against Pellinger. You're going up against a wrestler, Chief. You're going down. It's not happening.
So 3rd down and 2. Ball on the 34-yard line after that carry by Feller. We're down to a minute to go here in the 2nd quarter. Jaguars still have 2 timeouts at their disposal. And you don't get the ball in the start the 2nd half. I'd use them.
Why not?
1 minute to go here. Erb hands it off to Feller. Feller fighting forward. He's got the 1st down at the 30-yard line.
That's okay. Just keep it inside here. Keep it, it's 49 seconds left in this half. They still got quite a ways to go to get down there, and if they keep running the ball like this, they're not going to make it.
Yeah, 49 seconds to go. They need the 30, or they're on the 31-yard line, so still a ways to go to the end zone here. Jefferson just wants points before the break.
Anything, yep.
2 to the near, 1 to the far. For Jefferson, Erb going to take it himself. Looking to the far side, he's got the 25, keeps himself up, and then is wrestled down at about the 22. Now I think you take your timeout.
Yep.
If you're Jefferson.
Yep, you're right. They took their first timeout.
Of the 2 they had left.
I'm sorry, yes, that's the 2nd time out of the half. Excuse me. Yeah, Jefferson's probably right now going, I wish we had a Rova Hegner on our side. That kid can kick at a country mile.
Yeah, again, we know the story. Rova Hegner on this very field in the soccer sectional against Eastview. Game goes to extra time, I guess is the soccer term.
Right.
Goes to extra time. And in extra time, Rova Hegner delivered a game-winning goal to send them to the section semis. Unfortunately, the Raiders ended up losing to Egan in the section semis, but that tells you, and that's right off of a walk-off extra point against Cretin-Durham Hall.
Heck of
so he's had a pretty clutch couple of weeks here, Johan Rova Hegner has for the Raiders.
Yeah, he did.
2nd and 2, 30 seconds to go, 2nd quarter. Raiders in front by 3 touchdowns. In the shotgun is Erb. Feller to his left in the backfield. Erb takes the snap, looks to throw, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 5, out to the 10, 15, 20. It's Kendall at the 30, out near the 35, and Luke Kendall with another interception.
11.
He had a big one against Cretin-Durham Hall. He's got another one here with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
That was a nice play by Kendall. Remember about 5 plays earlier, he got the lead just leveled to him. So that was nice that he got that ball, got a little revenge there to get the ball back. Also, he hung on to it because they tried to do a tomahawk chop on him and kind of get the fumble there if you watch here. But he definitely held the ball nice and tight. Got a nice run there. Got her back.
That's the 3rd interception of the 1st half for Erb. We have an injured Bloomington Jefferson player down on the field. So we're going to step aside and be back momentarily.
He got just smashed the quarterback on that throw. Did you see that? Three guys hit him. That's the lineman that's hurt, though. No, it's on the run back that the guy got hurt, but the quarterback just got leveled. Yeah, he got leveled by 2 of his own guys. It's like a couple hours, I thought there was kind of. He was. So they started. Run it off and let stuff. He kind of rolled to his side, but yeah. He's not moving this. Okay, so we're on the 35-yard line.
Hi, this is Lucas Foss from Hastings, and on behalf of all Metro East Conference schools, we would like to thank you for supporting us. Please remember to show respect and good sportsmanship at all times. We as athletes will always try our best, and you can expect the same from coaches and officials. Mistakes will be made by everyone involved, but please show support and respect through the contest, no matter the outcome, whether it be online or in the stands.
How can I help you today?
I don't think I'm in the right place. I have big dreams, like crab brewery-sized dreams.
I like it.
Your bank is very,
Cozy?
With over 300 passionate educators, our dedication to student success has never been stronger. These educators are more than teachers.
Let's paint the picture.
They are mentors who ignite curiosity and inspire a lifelong passion for learning. Our schools provide real-world experiences through cutting-edge programs in engineering and environmental science. At Hastings, we take pride in our blend of rigorous academics and enriching arts and athletic programs. These programs nourish our students' educational journey, enhancing their creativity and discipline and fostering skills that resonate throughout their academic and personal lives. This is Hastings Public Schools, where we care, we empower, and we achieve. Students are at the heart of all we do.
On his own power. That's why there are two guys out there helping him off the field. So it looks like he can walk on both legs. He's just not sure what county he's in right now. Now that he got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, well, we certainly wish him the best. We certainly hope he's okay. And you hate to see this part of the game for sure. And we'll sending our best wishes to him as he walks off the field. So 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter. I assume the Raiders might just take a knee here going into the half, but they're going to motion everybody around once more. And it looks like they might be running a play. They are. Foss, it's a trick play. Back to Foss, down the sideline, 40, 45, 50, 45, back toward the near side to the 40. And then did he put the ball on the ground at the end of the play? It looked like Foss might have dropped it at the end of the play. Jefferson was signaling as if it's a fumble.
Lucas is indicating that it's our ball.
And 9 seconds to go.
Yep, so Raiders retain possession here. Timeout, Hastings.
Yeah, so a timeout on the field with 9 seconds to go here. And it's almost like Hastings is trying to go for the jugular.
Well, that's that traditional wisdom, when you just keep the foot on the gas. You got somebody down, you keep stomping on their neck, you don't let them up. And that's because you never know. Bloomington came back a little bit in that game in our first series when we played them. So, go for as much as you can, I guess.
Well, 9 seconds left. It's probably too far away to try a Rova-Hegner field goal here.
Oh, into the wind, no chance. No chance. That's a 54-yard field goal. I can't see him making a 54-yard field goal into the wind.
If it's going the other way, I say why not? But going into the wind, it's probably too far away for that. But with 9 seconds, you've got a chance for two plays here if you time it right.
Yeah, you could get 2 plays in here, but again, if you make a medium gain there and call timeout right away and then get your last one.
9.2 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Trying to check in on some of our scores from around the area tonight. Apple Valley 35-0 over Bloomington Kennedy right now. Apple Valley is all over Bloomington Kennedy.
Yep.
And Lucas Foss will line up under center again here. They'll motion everybody around. And again, there could be a chance for 2 more plays here, but one for sure. Foss takes the snap, looks to throw. He's got incomplete. Right through the hands of Cloutier.
Oh, my.
At about the 25-yard line. With 5 seconds to go, it's Hail Mary time.
Jack made a little bit of a mistake there. You got to make sure you catch the ball first. It hit him right in the hands, but he was thinking catch and spin, but he forgot the catch part. He was going for the spin first, and it just didn't quite come up with it. But That's okay. You know, Raiders, there's no damage there, and so the Raiders will get time for one more play.
Yeah, you have the ball on the 41. So maybe we get a hook and ladder here from the Raiders. They tried it last week against Cooper late in the game on 4th and 20. They tried the hook and ladder, and it didn't work so well for them in that situation.
I tell you what, you got Strain out there, you've got Birkin out there. Chuck it. Put it up in the air and go for a jump ball. Why not with the two tallest guys out there? Let them have it.
Timeout for the Raiders. Coach Cook and Strain conversing. And now Coach Cook will go out there and talk to his offense. 2nd and 10 with 5 seconds to go. And now you have to decide here. Do you try to take the shot with the Hail Mary to the end zone, or do you get creative here and come up with some sort of trickeration here? Chicanery, if you will.
I love that word, chicanery. You betcha. So, when you're sitting at the 41-yard line here, I don't know that there's a lot of field to try to make up ground if you're doing a little chicanery. I still think you should just chuck it. Just throw it out there, and if you get intercepted, so what? You know, big deal. It's going to hurt his stats. Oh, well. You know, we're okay here.
Yeah, well, we're 5 seconds away from this being an identical first-half scoreline to the game on September 20th. How weird would it be if 30-15 ended up being the final again tonight?
That would be really spooky.
2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line, 2 to the near side. They're going to have Vickney lined up as the tight end. They got Shattuck the setback with Foss in the backfield and Matt Foss to the left of the formation. Now Lucas Foss takes the snap, looks to throw, pressure off the edge, he's sacked. And that's how the first half's going to end. Lucas Foss is sacked to end it, but the Hastings Raiders are in front, 21-0 of Bloomington Jefferson after one half of play in the Section 3 Class 5A quarterfinals. And we'll see if the Raiders can keep up this output in half number 2. We'll be right back. And for those watching on HCTV, we're going to take a look at the touchdowns. And the first one, a very nice run from Zach Shattuck, just boop, right off to the right into the end zone. And then the second one, the longest one of the year, I think, for the Raiders, 87 yards for Shattuck, and just turned upfield to the left, and he was gone. And that made that 14-0 at that point. And then the last one a few moments ago that saw the Raiders go up 21-0, the 1-yard tap, snap, and go with Lucas Foss into the end zone. And that's where we stand, 21-0 right now. Raiders on top of Bloomington Jefferson here at the halftime break.
Some you've heard of more, but it doesn't bother me cause I just love to explore. Interviewing owners and lending a hand. I love to assist for as long as they can stand.
He gets the pin. What a move, what a goal!
Oh, and a shot scores! The Raiders, can they get the lift? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God! And reaching up and making the play. It's moving! It's over!
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
One! Touchdown Raiders!
5-0. And the Hastings Raiders and Jefferson Jaguars are back on the field for the warm-ups for the second half. Jerry, you're up with me along with Trey. I am Trey Lauer. Taking a look at the Hastings schedule from earlier this year, and you see the Raiders got off to that tough start, a 50-7 loss to Owatonna, and then a 35-14 loss to Two Rivers. But then they reeled off 3 in a row. Beat Matamidi 13-7. Matamidi is up 21-12 right now. Jefferson the first time, but look at the teams they played. Armstrong, St. Thomas Academy, and Cooper, 42-6, as well as a 25-12 loss to STA, and then giving it their all against Cooper. But what do you see about those last two games? It wasn't a two-possession game against St. Thomas Academy. It was a very close football game all the way through. Same with last week. So that 25-12 score, not really indicative of how well the Raiders played in that game. For Jefferson, they beat New Prague to start the year, 27-21, but then lost to St. Cloud Tech 17-0. Then they had a win against Tartan before they lost to this very Hastings team, and then they have not won a game since September 13th. Losses to St. Louis Park, Cooper, Apple Valley, and Rochester John Marshall. Interestingly, they only gave up 19 points in the loss to Robbinsdale Cooper, but nonetheless, they are looking for their first win in almost a month and a half.
Yeah, they've had a tough row here. The last 5 losses that they've had, it really, I'm sure it's shaking their confidence, and coming in here and it's getting throttled the first half of the Raiders game here. They've got to try to figure some things out in a hurry.
Well, and Hastings gets the ball to start the second half, and that is, I think, more of why the end of the half went the way it did there with 20 seconds to go. The Raiders still running their offense there at the end of the half. Almost felt like they wanted to try to get that 4th touchdown, and if they come out here and score, you would have been up by 5 and could have had a possibility of a running clock on the board.
Still a possibility the way it's going. The Raiders get the ball, they receive the ball here to start the second half, and so they can punch down that fourth one and get to 35 real quickly. You can't run running time until fourth quarter anyway, but so you've got a whole quarter to get those 2 touchdowns, get that 35-point lead. Hopefully the Raiders can get it, and we can get out of here early, make sure minimize any kind of injury situation, and move on to Saturday.
By the way, you have to make sure.
Here's their last game of their career, but gave it a gallant effort and came up just a little bit short tonight.
So the Raider football team will get the ball here, and Jefferson's going to be kicking into the win here to start this third quarter. Raiders have Cloutier, Shattuck, and Hoffman back deep to return the kickoff. But, we talked about that last week up in New Hope with the Robbinsdale Cooper game, kicking into versus kicking out of the wind. It was very, very huge last week.
Here's something to think about, too. Because they're kicking into the wind, we need to be careful for an onside kick. Be ready for it. Because Jefferson has not kicked off yet the entire game, because we kicked to them to begin with, and they have not even sniffed the end zone. So we need to be ready for that potential onside kick. Again, any kind of scenario you need to be ready for. You need to be watching. Don't make those mental mistakes that we had against Owatonna that very first game.
Well,
we've learned from them.
The front of the Raider return group is kind of in a V here, but they're going to kick it deep. Kind of a bouncing kickoff. That's picked up by Shattuck at the 22-yard line, and Shattuck trying to break free and not going to get a whole lot to the 26, maybe the 27. And that's where Zach Shattuck will put the Raiders for the start of the second half.
Well, and you dipsy doodle fancy pants around and tiptoe, that's what ends up happening. You're going to get nothing fast. You need to slash upfield. You need to run north-south, not east-west, and kind of dance, because this is not Dance with the Stars. This is football. You got to get up there. So he didn't have a whole lot of room anyway, but you like to see him attack that line that's coming at you and slash through them.
Raiders will have the ball on the 28-yard line to start this second half. 1st and 10 for Hastings, and Lucas Foss, the quarterback.
Behind end and gave an extra 4 yards. That was kind of fun to see an offensive lineman give a little bit of a push there.
Well, we've been doing pancakes of the game on the hockey side of things. Maybe we give a pancake of the game there to Jack Burke. 2nd down and 4 from the 34-yard line. Foss under center. Vickney Cloutier motion to the near side. Foss is going to hand it off to Shattuck again. Shattuck crosses the 35, trying to break free from a Jefferson Jaguar, but not a whole lot of running room there for Shady Shattuck.
Nope, that one didn't work out so well. He tried to find an open hole there, and Jefferson diagnosed that quite well, and they just kind of shut it down. But he did get a yard, so you're still 3rd and 2, so we'll take positive yards any way you can get it.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. They need the 38 for a first down here. Raiders going from right to left. A nice cool breeze blows into the press box here at Todd Field. Foss in the shotgun, under center. They haven't been in the shotgun since September 13th. Here's Foss to the outside and trying to fight for the marker, and I don't think he got it.
He's not going to get it. Nope, there was too much coverage on the outside. He had nowhere to go. He ran into two guys, tried to use his legs. I mean, Lucas is a tough kid. He tried to use his legs and drive, but 2-on-1, that's not going to happen here. They took on, it actually would end up being 3-on-1, now 4-on-1, now 5-on-1. He just had no chance.
I think Hastings is going to go for it here. They got the offense on the field.
Why not?
Maybe trying to get Jefferson to jump off sides.
Well, I like that tap and go again.
Yeah, they line up in their under center formation.
Oh, they're filling a box.
Foss up the middle, has the first down by a good distance. Just followed the block right up the middle and moves the chains. And we've got another Jefferson Jaguar down on the field. They called for the trainer right away at the end of the play.
He was moving. I can see he's moving his arm, so he's at least conscious anyway.
Yeah. We had a pretty scary injury in the first half. We're going to take another break here as we have another Jefferson Jaguar down on the field. Injured Jaguar walking off the field on his own, which is a great sight to see here. And Raiders just moved the chains before that injury to have a first down. Lucas Foss, the quarterback, is under center, and now we've got all sorts of oopsie-doopsies. That's correct there at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like the Raiders may have false started.
They did. Jack Lutier missed the snap count on that one, unfortunately. He thought it was on 1 and it was on 2. So he moved, and then right away a defensive lineman for Jefferson came through. You can see Cloutier got set, and there's a snap count, hut, and yep, there he goes.
Well, that would have been legal in Canada. At least there's that.
Well, okay, yeah. We're only, 6 hours from Canada?
Yeah, maybe? We're not too far
7?
away. First and 15 from the 34-yard line. Foss under center for the Raiders. Foss will hand it off to Shattuck. Shattuck trying to spin free, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then is sent to Rosemount.
Yep. No chance on that one. There's just too many white shirts standing there waiting for him. I mean, he's quick. He's shady, but he ain't that shady. Yeah, he just got stood up right in the hole.
Second down and 14. A loss of 4 on that play for the Raiders.
Well, actually, we got one back because we had that penalty. So he got 1 yard because we had that false start. That was a 5-yard penalty for the false start there.
Oh.
So he did gain a yard. So he's still positive on the stat sheet.
Second and 13, rather, for the Raiders. 14, it was a 15-yard, so it was a 1-yard gain. Foss under center for the Raiders here. And a toss to nobody. Oh, no, miscommunication. What a heads-up play by Lucas Foss. And it's going to draw a flag.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little too obvious.
I thought a smart decision to get rid of the ball and knock it out of bounds, but apparently you can't do that. And it's going to be an illegal kick against the Raiders here.
This is American football, not Australian rules, where you can give it the old punt.
We've talked about Australian rules football and Canadian football in the span of 5 minutes.
We got it all covered, man. We cover everybody's interests here. Yeah, they're trying to figure out what the heck to do with that thing there.
Well, I was, for Foss, it kind of looked like a miscommunication.
Totally.
He was going to toss it to Shattuck out of the backfield, and there was nobody in the backfield.
No. Well, Shattuck, he just took off running towards the line of scrimmage, and Foss turned and pitched it, and it's like, wait a minute, where are you going? So now the ball's bouncing around there. He probably should have just fell on it, but, there's 3 Jefferson guys in the area, and he probably get it out of bounds. That's the first thing you think of.
Well, in the heat of the moment there, you're thinking about it as you're processing it. What do you do in that situation?
Exactly.
And the first thing that came to Lucas Foss's mind was, well, I got to get this ball out of bounds. So he kicked it.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that is against the rules.
Yep.
As you see, they're tossed to Shattuck, just nowhere to go. And, Foss is just like, I'm going to kick it out of bounds. And, Jefferson was on it right away that was a flag. And so it goes from 3rd and 14 to 3rd and forever.
Yep. That is a long way to go and a short time to get there.
8:28 to go in this third quarter. Raiders still ahead 21-0, but need a big first down here. They hand it off to Shattuck, who actually gets a good chunk of the yards back, fights forward across the 30, but is still going to be immensely short of the first down. And so the Raiders will have to punt the football.
Well, it's okay. I mean, if you got to punt the football, you want to punt it with the wind. And Schmaltz is out there, and he's done a good job tonight punting the football. What little he's done. What, did 1 punt, I think, tonight?
2, I believe.
2 punts, okay. Yeah. So he's put the ball up in the air quite nicely, and that'll push Jefferson back a ways.
So 4th and 19 as a result of all of that.
Hoofda.
And Schmaltz is standing on the 21-yard line on the near hash to punt this. Jefferson has one too many players on, and they sub him off at the last moment. And now they will get the punt away. Will Schmaltz, it'll bounce at the 35. It'll take a Hastings bounce to the 30, and literally right on the line at the 30-yard line, that punt's going to be downed, and that's where Jefferson will take over first down.
Nice job by Schmaltz getting that punt off. Too bad they couldn't have snapped that ball a second faster when they had the man running off the field. Well, I would have gave us an extra 5, but you still would have had to punt, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, kind of inconsequential at that point.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it was kind of nothing that would be of interest.
So ball on the 30 of the Jaguars. Hastings in front 21-0 over Bloomington Jefferson here in the third quarter of the Section 3 Class 5A football quarterfinal. And they're going to hand the football off to Schold, and Schold gains a yard on the left hash on the sweep.
Hoff says, no chance, pal, you're not going around. And that's interesting because Hoff and Schold kind of got into it in the first half there when there most likely was a face mask that was not seen by the officials, and Schold took exception to Hoff perhaps being the perpetrator.
That time Hoff made sure to hit him lower, wrap him up lower instead of having to use the face mask to make the tackle.
Yep.
Wrapped him up around the shoulders that time. Split backs in the backfield for Erb here, and Erb is going to keep it himself, take a big hit at the 33-yard line, and there's just not a lot of running lanes for Jefferson right now. And you can tell that they are missing Braylon Kelly-Taylor tonight because they have become pretty run-heavy in this game.
Yeah, they definitely have. They had some success early with the passing, but it just kind of dried up. I don't know, but
yeah, they had some good stuff going with Martina Loy-Shalibwa, who's there in the slot.
And then they kind of went away from it. It's odd.
So Shalibwa in the slot on the near side here for Jefferson. And Erb looking to throw, has time, cross the middle, it's caught. No, it's not. He dropped it incomplete, just shy of the 40-yard line, and it'll be 4th down for Jefferson.
Well, let's see if they're going to have to go for it. They're so far behind right now.
Yeah,
nope, they're bringing out their punt team.
Wow. So they're going to punt.
Yeah. So Cloutier's back.
Jack Cloutier standing on the 39-yard line of Hastings to retrieve this punt.
If it gets there with the wind.
Well, the wind's really died down substantially.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It has. Yeah.
So there's not much of an effect with the wind. We quite literally had a sailboat over there in the right corner of the end zone for a little bit, but it's not.
She's been beached.
Run adrift. 6:21 to go. Feller on to punt, rugby-style punt, and sends it deep. Good punt, and it takes a Hastings bounce at the 35, then takes a Jefferson bounce, and is dropped at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Raiders will take over on first down.
So we basically had six downs between the two teams, and the ball has progressed 1 yard. It went that way 40 yards and back the other way 40 yards.
Well, they put on the 33, so it'll be first and – oh, now they put on the 31, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. And up 21-0, what's the game plan here?
I would say pound the rock. You have the clock on your side. You've got Shattuck there. Just pound the rock. Just keep hammer it on him and just run that clock down.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line, 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. Raiders in front, 21-0 over Bloomington Jefferson. They do the locomotion, they motion everybody around. Foss hands it off to Shattuck, who's got a hole, and fights across the 35 to about the 36 up the middle. A pretty good run for Zach Shattuck there on first down.
We will take that on first down. If you can get 4 yards on first down every time, we'll take that.
2nd and 6 upcoming for the Raiders here.
Just keep pounding that thing away and just get that clock rolling.
Raiders looking for maybe a dagger here in the third quarter.
Yep.
Under center is Foss. Toss to Shattuck. Shattuck again has a hole. He's got the 40. He's got the 45, 50. Foot race down the sideline. You're not catching him. Shady 6. Touchdown Raiders. There's the dagger. In
Evening. My stars. That boy is just getting it done. He's having himself a day.
So with 5:25 to go in the third quarter, it's 27-0. Johan Rova-Hegner is going to make it 28-0, even with the laces out on the kick. He puts it through, and it's 28-0 Hastings with 5:25 to go here in the third quarter.
He gave Craig Beisel over there his sign little honorary dunk.
Bloomington Jefferson, Jerry's going to have nightmares of Zach Shattuck for the rest of the offseason.
Yes, they will.
1 month ago, he ran for over 220 on the ground. He's done it again 1 month later against Bloomington Jefferson, and the Raiders are enjoying some home cooking on a Tuesday night at Todd Field.
Shattuck is a one-man wrecking crew right now. Whoops, the ball fell over.
There's the gust of wind we were waiting for.
It hate that when that happens.
Blows the ball off the tee.
Yeah.
Exit stage left wind.
Yep. Up, deep, up.
And
All right.
falls off the tee again. So now we've got Mother Nature interfering in the football game.
Yeah, got to have a guy hold the ball. 25 has a very important role, Ashton Arness.
Yeah. Ashton Arness, who had a huge game against Robbinsdale Cooper last week, is going to hold the football here for the kick for Rova-Hegner. And into the end zone for a touchback.
There we go.
Hastings has done a good job, and Jefferson, for that part, has done a good job of avoiding the controversial kickoff from last year when these two teams met over in Bloomington. If you remember what happened there, Hastings kicked the ball off. It bounced at the 5. Jefferson fumbled it trying to return it. It went into the end zone, and the Raiders recovered it in the end zone. And Rick Hardy supplied the Twix tonight, so that's enough for me.
Yay!
He supplied the candy up here in the press box, so that's all I.
That's a W for Rick.
Yeah, there we go. Enough for me right there. And I pulled out a right and a left. We were off to a good start when I got a right Twix and a left Twix.
It was going to be a good night when you got a left and a right.
Oh yeah.
Things were going to be popping.
5 minutes to go here in the third. Raiders in front, 28-0. 2nd and 11 coming up for Jefferson. 2 wides to the near side. 1 to the far. Split back look for Erb, who's had a tough night throwing. And Erb's going to option toss it to Feller. Feller's got the sideline across the 20 on the option toss. It will be 3rd and long coming up here for Jefferson.
Nice job by Hoff there, and also Braden Thompson just kind of corral him and just send him out of bounds for a very short gain.
3rd and 11. They say no gain on that play.
Yeah. 3rd and 9.
Oh, they gave him 2. Okay.
Okay.
So 3rd and 9. 2 wides to the near. 2 to the far side. Single back look for Erb here. Clock under 4:45 to go in the third. Erb takes the snap. Throws high, caught. short of the marker is Schold. It's 4th down again for Jefferson. Their offense has really been stagnant tonight, Jerry.
Yeah, they have not been able to get anything going in earnest. They've had some flash here and there, had some luck with some plays, but overall they just have not been able to sustain anything.
4th down and 9. Jack Cloutier standing on the right eyeball of the Raider logo just inside the 45-yard line. Now up on the right eyebrow as he waits for the kick. Rugby-style punt coming from Feller, a line drive punt. Bounces, rolls to the 35. Cloutier's going to let it roll down to the 31, and then a little pushing at the end of the play, but they're going to rule the punt down, and Cloutier wants a flag for the unnecessary roughness in his eye at the end of the play.
Well, the Jefferson guy was trying to be creative. He was trying to throw Cloutier into the ball, not of his own volition. And the official was right there, and she says, "Nah, I don't think so. The ball is down. We won't have any of this extracurricular silliness."
So guess where the ball is, Jerry?
Gosh, it's on the 31 again. What do you know? As if we've seen this before.
The ball's on the 31-yard line.
It's deja vu all over again.
1st and 10 for the Raiders there. That's where Lucas Foss has it under center. Motion everybody around in the tight look under center. Now Marlo Strain also motions to the near side. Foss hands it off at Shattuck again. Shattuck got the sideline, and then just short of the 35 is thrown out by Schold. And it will be 2nd down and about, we'll see where they give it.
Yeah, 3, so 2nd and 7-ish. Yeah, he did made the best he could there because there really wasn't a whole lot there on that one. He couldn't quite get the edge that time, and there were 3 Jefferson defenders there. So take it out of bounds, take your 3 yards, and move on to the next play.
Boy, I'd love to see Shattuck hit the 300-yard mark in tonight's game.
If he popped another one,
that would be phenomenal.
Wow.
2nd and 7 from the 34. They will fake it. Foss is looking to throw. It's a deep shot down the field for his brother, who's got it at the 40, far side to the 37-yard line. And that's where Matt Foss is dropped. And a big play through the air this time for the Raiders.
That was a nice play because you watch Lucas. He just chucked it up there as best he could. And Matt just stopped, and the defender kept running. Schold kept running, and Matt just stopped and made that catch kind of almost like a back shoulder type thing, but he ran back to the ball and got a great gain.
A little Philadelphia there for the Raiders, brotherly love, as Foss to Foss, and Lucas Foss will be under center here on the 1st down snap. And he's going to hand it off to Shattuck. Shattuck turns up across the 35 on the far side of the field, and no further than that.
That's okay. It's positive yardage and keep the clock running. All we would need is one more touch here, and then we get into 4th quarter running time.
Yeah, and what a night for Zach Shattuck tonight. Just, he did it the last time, I think it was like 240 he had in the first meeting. He's got to be near that again tonight. So a carbon copy of the September 20th meeting for Zach Shattuck.
He loves running against the Jaguars.
Foss under center. He's going to give it off to Shattuck one more time. Shattuck crosses the 30 to about the 29 on the far side between the numbers. And that's where Shattuck will be dropped.
Once again, Shattuck with his eyes up, looking for the spot there, had his hand extended on the tail end of his offensive lineman, just riding him through the hole there. Nice, strong gain.
So 3rd and 2 for the Raiders. Now Lane Hoffman's going to come in to spell Zach Shattuck a well-deserved rest for Shattuck on the sideline for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's definitely earned the bell cow tonight.
3rd and 2. Under 2 minutes to go now. Raiders trying to put this one away. Foss hands it off to Hoffman. Hoffman's got the 1st down and fights near the 25 on the far side of the field.
There we go. Move the sticks. That's what you want to do. Get just enough to move those chains. Another 1st down. Clock will keep going. We're getting very close to the end of the 3rd quarter here.
Yeah, 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. It's going to be a very happy Tuesday night, Wednesday morning at this rate for Hastings High School if they can keep this up, barring an absolutely bananas comeback.
Yep. this is a great thing for them going into Saturday's game against whoever.
1:15 now left in the third. Raiders motioning everybody around. Foss, toss to Hoffman, breaks one tackle, has the corner, 30 to the 20, and wrestled down right between the numbers at the 20-yard line. And a first down again, or at least close to it for the Raiders. Not quite a first down, but...
Yep. I tell you, Matt, I'm so excited with what the Raiders do, and I forgot. They play St. Thomas on Saturday.
They do. That is going to be, if you watched the South Dakota State, North Dakota State game last Saturday, that's what that game's going to be like. A ground and pound, hard-nosed, tough football game.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun Saturday in Mendota Heights. Foss hands it off to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to spin free and is thrown back and then thrown down at the end of the play.
Not today. This time he didn't quite get it. They got a handful of jersey and threw him down. Jefferson obviously is a little bit getting a little bit chippy there. He had one boy who was standing over him, kind of chirping, talking some trash, but play on, Raiders.
Well, when it's been as frustrating of a night for Jefferson as it's been, those things could happen. We're at the end of the third quarter. And Hastings is 1 quarter away from a section semifinal appearance as they lead Bloomington Jefferson 28-0 after 3 on Katy.
Talking some trash, but play on, Raiders.
Well, when it's been as frustrating of a night for Jefferson as it's been,
Whoa.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, my friend Jay and I are looking for our dream home, something big. Right now I feel like I'm living on top of him.
Great, let's talk mortgages.
Wait, your bank is looking...
Cozy? Yeah, we like personal interactions. But as you can see, our vault still has plenty of space for our customers' dreams.
Wow!
You took the words right out of my mouth.
But they drew a 31.
Or over there in Cannon Falls right now in that backyard brawl. Foss hands the ball off here. This is Hoffman again. Hoffman looks like he might be getting the bulk of the carries the rest of the way. Shattuck did get a nice ovation when he came off the field, which made me think perhaps that might be the end of his night.
And wisely so. You don't want to risk injury for him because he has run so well tonight, and you're going to need him on Saturday against St. Thomas, like you said, with a slugfest on the ground. That don't want to risk any injury.
4th and 7. Raiders leaving the offense on the field, probably to get the running clock. I understand that decision. I could almost want to see a Rova Hegner field goal here, though, just to try it.
Why not?
But the Raiders are looking, I think, to try to get that running clock on the board. Foss fakes the handoff, rolls off to the right, looking to throw. He's got Marlowe Strain inside the 10-5, touchdown Raiders. They did it in one play. Marlowe Strain from 22 yards out from Lucas Foss, and the Raiders have a 34-0 lead with a big extra point coming up to maybe put us in running time.
Well, that's exactly what we needed there. Just nice roll out there. He had plenty of time. Nobody in front of him. Found Strain out there. Nice pass, pitch and catch. Turn it up, run in for the touchdown.
So Johan Rova Hegner on for the point after touchdown. 10-play, 69-yard scoring drive for the Raiders. Kick on the way is true. It lands in the shed area behind the scoreboard. And with 11:09 to go here in this fourth quarter, Hastings is now 11 minutes and 9 seconds of real time away from a trip to Saturday.
That's exactly what we wanted to see, get that final score, so now it can be running time.
Hyatt and came up short on 4th down, and St. Thomas punched it in like 2 plays, and that was that. So not as big of a disparity between the Cadets and the Raiders as the scoreboard in that game indicated, a 25-12 final score. But this team looks motivated. They looked locked in and ready to go tonight. I imagine they will be Saturday as well. Short kickoff as it's into the wind. It kind of dies in midair. It's fumbled. And you had the Fellers back there to return it. And boy, yeah, that kickoff it got straight up into the air and it just sank.
Yep, just died. Yep, exactly. You think trajectory and then you little gust of wind there and it just pushes it down. And, they're lucky they came up with the ball there.
So the clock continues to run. They'll put the ball on about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars will take it.
To expand on your point for St. Thomas, they've been a thorn in our side for a decade, and it'd be nice to be able to win one back for a change.
Ball on the 28 for the Jaguars, who are going to keep running their offense here, try to get some points on the board before this game is over. Erb looks to throw, under pressure and sacked by Pellinger at the 20. Right away, they brought the house and Pellinger into the backfield, and Erb had no time.
Yeah, Pellinger came around from the backside, and Erb just did not see him. He rolled out to his right, but here comes Pellinger off the other side of the line, and he just came right around the left tackle. Oh, he came untouched. He was untouched, and there he goes, the backside sack.
Pellinger's been basically unblockable all night for the Raiders. 2nd and 18 as a result of that sack. They'll motion Shalibwa near side. They'll fake it to him. They'll toss it to Feller out of the backfield. Feller will break one tackle and then get to about the 24 on the option to Feller. And it'll be 3rd and long for Jefferson.
Not much doing there. That sack really put him in the hurt bag, so now it's 3rd down and 14.
Just a reminder, Bloomington Kennedy also lost 35-0 tonight.
Tough day for the city of Bloomington.
Yeah, it's the possibility both games involving Bloomington schools end with 35-0 final scores. As it's raining leaves here at Todd Field.
Hallelujah.
Irv to throw, incomplete. And it'll be 4th down, looking for Schuld. Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy.
Well, 4th down. Let's see what I'm sure they're going to try to. They have to go for it.
Is there such a thing as a leaf delay? Because this field is covered in leaves now.
Yeah, they're just going to keep moving. Just move along, boys. Move along.
Leaf interference.
Nothing to see
on
here.
Mother Nature.
Yep.
20-yard penalty.
Delay of game. Leafishness.
4th and 14 coming up. Whirling dervishes all around as Feller of the Isaac variety on to punt for Bloomington Jefferson. Another rugby-style punt coming. Jack Cloutier waits for it. This one
get out of the way.
Against the wind and just lets it roll, and it dies at the 19. But the Raiders, with the game pretty much in hand at this point, will be okay with that.
I think so. Like you say, with running time now, the clock is just ticking away. Under 8 minutes to go in this one. And, the Raiders can take as much time as they want and just eat up that clock.
And what a cool opportunity for these seniors. Their senior night was against St. Thomas Academy. They came up on the losing end. They get redeemed with another home football game, and they're more than going to get redeemed tonight.
Yep, they made the most of every opportunity here tonight. It's just fun to see them get this last opportunity in their own field. I remember what it felt like playing as a senior on this field. It's something special.
Lucas Foss is one of those seniors, along with several others, of course, on the offense. It's been a family affair for the Fosses this year. The younger of the three has also been on the sidelines quite a bit this year as they hand the football off. I believe that was Hoffman on the carry. And a 1-yard gain there. So for the Raiders, you can notch a 4th W in the win column, and now you turn your attention to the team that I know you've had circled for a long time to try to beat, and a team that isn't putting up a lot of points in St. Thomas Academy.
Nope. This time for redemption tour against St. Thomas. It's always a tough place to play up there, but maybe this year will be the charm.
Lucas Foss under center for the Raiders. 6.5 to go now. They're still running the show offensively, motioning everybody around. Foss hands the football off to Hoffman, and Hoffman will get right back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. 6:25 left and running here in this 4th quarter. Raiders on their way to victory.
Yep, Raiders just taking their time to use up that play clock as much as you can.
So 3rd and 9 upcoming. So Two Rivers versus Apple Valley St. Thomas Academy versus Hastings. The top 4 seeds are all going to advance and play on Saturday in the section semifinals. Motion to the near side, all 4 receivers for the Raiders. And a handoff to Lane Hoffman on the near side. Hoffman breaks a tackle, fights across the 25, but going to be short of the line to gain, and the Raiders will likely give it back to Jefferson here.
Most likely. Yeah, it was a nice run there by Hoffman. Just couldn't quite get enough speed out there and turned into 4th down and 2 yards to go. So here comes the punt team.
Yeah, Raiders are going to punt it and try to get Jefferson back on their end of the field here. 4th and 2 from the 27-yard line.
Yeah, you want to keep this running time going. You don't want to give him a score because then it stops. So we got to just keep him out of the end zone and keep running time going.
I don't see the Raiders punting.
Yeah, Schmaltz.
Oh, now they do. Schmaltz is out there. They had a late sub come on.
Yep.
They only had 10 guys on the field, and as a result, they need to spend a timeout as they had a very, very late substitute come on the field here. So that's going to actually stop the clock for a brief moment here. 4:57 to go in the game. You really have to have liked what you've seen. We know the Raiders love to run the football, and we have certainly seen that tonight.
Right. Well, so now St. Thomas knows what we're going to come with. They know that we're going to see Shady early and Shady often. You know, he's going to run that outside play that around the end, and St. Thomas is going to be watching for that. So that gives the Raiders an opportunity to develop something else that St. Thomas may not expect.
Well, the weather forecast in Mendota Heights Saturday calls for a pretty good day, but it might be a little shady at times out there at St. Thomas Academy. It was a little shady for Bloomington Jefferson tonight as well in terms of the weather. You know, I always sometimes prefer shady to a cool breeze, but tonight it was a fast move. Jefferson will get the ball in Hastings territory, but the clock continues to run. So for all intents and purposes, this could be Jefferson's last chance to find the end zone.
I mean, realistically at this point, you know, I think everybody knows there's no doubt in the outcome of this game. It's just a matter of how fast we can get it over, and then again try to stay injury free. We've got some of our second boys and our second team boys on a defensive line, and you know, just try to hang on, give them some playing time, and see what they can do.
So Herb in the shotgun for Jefferson here. 2 wides to the right. Raiders actually loading the box, and somebody moved.
Well, we had movement on the right side of the Raiders defensive line, but it's a false start on Jefferson, so he must have seen something that made him move.
So that's going to make it 1st and 15.
Mm-hmm.
What a dominant performance from the Hastings Raiders tonight. Leading this game early, led 21-0 at the break, and have not looked back. 35-0 as the clock runs under 4 minutes to go. Herb in the shotgun, going to keep it. Now option toss to the backfield to Feller. Feller has the 40, has the 35, has the 30, and wrestled out of bounds about the 29. So a nice run there from Feller, and Jefferson inside the 30 with 3.5 to go.
You know, again, you can tell the difference at the high school level between your first team and your second team. There's a little bit of a drop-off there with the second team, but again, at least they kept him out of the end zone. You know, he got a nice run there, but just keep the clock running and just wear him down.
So the Raiders just trying to finish this one off healthy, and you know this defense wants a shutout.
Oh, yeah,
it
definitely.
feels really good if you're a defense to get a shutout. I don't think they've had one this year.
No, they have not.
So you know this defense is going to want that, especially given the sense that, you know, this is a defense that's had a couple of lower scoring games. They've also given up some points at times.
Right.
So
well, I mean, and you look at, think about this. First game of the year, it was 50-7. We got absolutely smoked. And now tonight, we're winning 35-0. What a change in how much progression this team has made from one to here.
Yeah, this is a team that has definitely gotten better each and every week of the season, and that's a team I think right now you don't really want to face. Herb throws high, incomplete. And I mean, this is setting up really nicely for Hastings, getting a vulnerable St. Thomas Academy team that you've already seen once.
Right.
You know what you're going to get in Mendota Heights on Saturday. You know how that's going to play out. and I think that's hugely important.
Well, you know, in going against St. Thomas, you know you can play them. There's been times you've gone against St. Thomas like, okay, we need a wing and a prayer to even be close. But you know darn well we can hang with them this year, and that's got to give you confidence to be able to make plays every time.
3rd and 6 for Jefferson. They're down to their last 2 chances to get into the end zone. They hand it off to Feller, and he's near the first down on the far side, but not quite there.
I think that Feller's just a little bit short.
So 4th and 1 upcoming, 1:40 left as the Raiders.
I tell you, I mean, this would be kind of cool for second team D to hold them out of the end zone. That'd be a feather in their cap too.
Yeah, to get that shutout would be huge.
Yep.
So this is the last chance for Jefferson to punch it in right here. Herb takes the snap, pressure off the edge, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss back at the 34, and the ball actually came out at the end. The ball came out at the end of the play as well. Number 24 for the Raiders, Kaysen Esterby with the first lick there.
And you know who else was in on that? Adam Schmaltz.
Adam Schmaltz, and the ball
punter
was actually recovered
How about that?
by the Raiders. Chase Sampson, a senior lineman for the Raiders.
Oh, he's pumped.
Will get the final play of the football game on senior night. Will be a fumble recovery, not senior night, but the last game at Todd Field
right.
for the seniors will be recovered by a senior.
Yep, that is huge. Look at that. Oh, there goes the ball. He tried to throw it out, but it was underhand. Look at that. Boy, that's a memory he's going to have for his lifetime.
Well, as long as I've been here, I have not had the chance to see the Hastings Raiders win a section football game.
Welcome tonight.
So it's going to happen here tonight.
Yes, it is.
And the Hastings Raiders are going to advance to section Saturday. 2023, they lost at Two Rivers. 2022, they lost here to Two Rivers. But in 2024, the Hastings Raiders are going to defend their home turf and are going to win a section football game against Bloomington Jefferson. And the Raiders are coming for the Cadets on Saturday.
They got a head of steam with them. That's going to be kind of fun to see what happens next week or on Saturday. Now, if we just know what time the game starts.
Yeah, we'll figure that out and make sure we get that to you.
Stay tuned to KDWA to find out.
The State High School League has that listed as noon. We've been told it could be 6. We've been told it could be 7. We've been told it could be 2 o'clock. We've been told it could be noon. So we'll figure all that out for sure and get the right start time for you. As Lucas Foss takes the final kneel down, and it's a victorious Tuesday night for the Hastings Raiders as they take care of business over Bloomington Jefferson tonight. 35-0 the final. The Raiders go to 4-5 on the year. Jefferson ends their season 2-7 on the season, and the Raiders will advance to Saturday to take on St. Thomas Academy. Handshakes at midfield. And the Raiders will get 3 days of practice. I personally am not a fan of the quick turnaround, but they get 3 days of practice to prepare for the Cadets. Producer-director Hunter Pinky, camera operators Ben Brannon, Max Slocum, Ian Andrzak, Tori Selner. He's Jerry Rupp. I'm Trey Lauer. We're going to sign off on TV. We'll be back on radio here on KDWA.